Contagious Curiosity presents India vs Australia Test Rivalry, Reliving Thrilling Matches Through History, Part 3, 2004-2005 Series, A Tale of Conquering the Final Frontier. This series between India and Australia holds a special place in cricket history as Australia finally claimed the final frontier after 35 years, winning the series 2-1. Beating the Indian team in their own backyard, particularly in test matches, is considered one of the most challenging tasks across sports. The series began with India suffering a comprehensive defeat in the first test at Bangalore, losing by 217 runs. However, they showed resilience in the second test in Chennai, but rain played spoilsport, leading to a draw and preventing them from levelling the score. Amongst all the matches, it is the third test at Nagpur that is most talked about due to controversy surrounding the pitch and off-field statements. With Australia leading 1-0, India was expected to capitalise on their strength of spin bowling. However, much to everyone's surprise, the curator dished out a green Gabba-like pitch. This favoured the Australian pace bowlers such as Glenn McGrath and Jason Gillespie, who felt at home. It truly embodied the spirit of Atithi Devo Bhava, guest is God. On the morning of the test, Sourav Ganguly and Harbhajan Singh withdrew from the match citing injuries. Later, Matthew Hayden claimed in his book that Australia had already predicted Ganguly and Harbhajan's absence due to green tracheitis, leading to a controversy. The word mockingly means a severe intolerance to green wickets, likely to give you nothing as a spin bowler and plenty of headaches as a batsman. Harbhajan Singh refuted these allegations, accusing Hayden of making up false stories under the influence of some kind of weed. Unfortunately for India, they suffered a massive 342-run defeat in the Nagpur test, conceding an unassailable lead to Australia. Allegedly, there were reports of internal conflicts within the BCCI, suggesting that Sourav Ganguly was not given his preferred pitch. With the series already lost, the fourth test in Mumbai was a dead rubber. However, it turned out to be a thrilling low-scoring contest that provided some entertainment to the fans. India managed to win the match, giving them consolation victory and ending the series with a scoreline of 2-1. 2007-2008 series, a series laced with controversies. The series was highly contested series which India unfortunately lost 2-1. Three key aspects of the series that sparked significant discussion were the Monkey Gate scandal, the controversial umpiring decisions, and India's remarkable victory in Perth against all odds. The series began with Australia winning the first test match by a significant margin of 337 runs at MCG. However, the real drama started in the second test match in Sydney that became the centre of attention due to the controversial umpiring decisions made by Steve Bucknor. The match was allegedly plagued by a total of 7 to 8 glaring umpiring mistakes, with only one in India's favour. Bucknor himself admitted to making 2 mistakes, both of which proved costly for India. The first one was when he gave Simons not out for a clear caught behind when he was only at 30 runs. And he went on to make a match-winning unbeaten 162. The other one was when he gave Dravid out caught behind even though his bat was a mile away from the ball. This decision crushed India's hope of drawing the game and ultimately led to their defeat in the test match. The focus on the umpiring mistakes was overshadowed by the Monkey Gate scandal, which stands as one of the most mysterious controversies in cricket history. This incident significantly strained the relations between India and Australia, with both sides presenting their own versions of the story. According to Harbhajan Singh, it all began when Andrew Simons made derogatory comments about his turban, which deeply offended him. In response, Harbhajan decided to retort with an Indian slang, which was misheard by the Australians as monkey. They perceived it as a racial slur and situation quickly escalated. In a swift response, the match referee handed Harbhajan Singh a 3-match ban solely based on Australia's perspective. However, the Indian cricket fraternity and board rallied behind Harbhajan, threatening to withdraw from the series and return to India. India appealed the match referee's decision to the court, where the ban was overturned and Harbhajan was acquitted of the racial allegations. Alan Border, representing the ACB, claimed that the racial abuse between Harbhajan and Simons had a history dating back to the 2007 T20 World Cup. He accused India of downplaying the incident previously, but felt it needed to be addressed during the Sydney Test. He suggested that the financial strength of the Indian board allowed them to escape significant consequences. Despite the controversy, both boards managed to resolve the Monkey Gate issue and continued with the series. India, mentally affected by the events, was not expected to put up much resistance on the fast pitch in Perth in the third Test match, where they had not won a single Test match. However, they defied expectations and secured a surprising victory by 72 runs. Captain Anil Kumble considered this win his greatest achievement. The fourth Test in Adelaide ended in a high-scoring draw, allowing Australia to retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy with a 2-1 series scoreline. The incident had a profound impact on the series and left a lasting mark on the relationship between India and Australia in the world of cricket. Following the series, both India and Australia entered a phase of rebuilding as many of their cricketing heroes retired. From 2008 to 2015, the subsequent series were predominantly one-sided, as the home team asserted their dominance, leaving the visitors without a single victory. However, being countries with deep love for cricket, they were never far from producing new match winners. The emergence of new stars such as Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, David Warner, Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara brought a new level of competitiveness to the contest between the two teams. 2018-2019 series, a tale of first win down under. This series marked a historic moment for India as they became the first Asian nation to defeat Australia in a Test series on the Australian soil. It was a significant achievement for India, considering their tours to Australia from 1947-48. The Australian team faced turmoil due to the Sandpaper Gate scandal, which led to the suspension of their captain Steve Smith, vice-captain David Warner, and opening batsman Cameron Bancroft. Although the series scoreline suggested a closely contested battle, India dominated in all three departments of the game, except for the Perth Test. India's fast bowling unit, led by the impressive Jasprit Bumrah, hunted as a pack with Ishant Sharma and Mohammad Shami. They performed exceptionally well, restricting the Australian batsmen. Remarkably, no Australian batsman managed to score a century throughout the series, with the highest individual score being 79. This was an unprecedented occurrence for Australia. In contrast, India showcased their batting prowess with 5 centuries, 3 of which were scored by Cheteshwar Pujara. Pujara's outstanding contribution of 521 runs and Bumrah's remarkable tally of 21 wickets proved to be the difference between the two sides. This victory held immense significance for the Indian fans who had eagerly waited for 71 years to achieve this milestone. The joy and satisfaction of this triumph were truly exceptional. 2020-2021 series, an epic victory against all odds. No discussion on India vs Australia Test rivalry would be complete without highlighting the notable series that took place amidst the COVID-19 lockdowns. This noteworthy Test series became a remarkable chapter in the long-standing rivalry between these two cricketing nations. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, both teams decided to provide a much-needed treat to the cricket fans around the world by playing within a strict COVID bubble. The series was a roller coaster ride, filled with numerous twists and turns, captivating the fans until the very end. The final outcome of the series was decided in the last 5 minutes of the last Test match, showcasing the intense contest between the two sides. The series held immense emotional significance for the Indian team and their fans. India faced an extraordinary set of obstacles during the series. They experienced a catastrophic batting collapse in Adelaide, famously known as the 36 all-out, where their innings came crashing down. Additionally, injuries plagued the team, with the key players being ruled out, and the Indian team was forced to field net bowlers against a full-fledged Australian side in the series decider. Against all odds, the Indian team displayed incredible resilience and determination. The first day and night test match between India and Australia in Adelaide started with India in a commanding position, taking a lead of 53 runs after the first innings. However, a bizarre turn of events occurred on the third day morning that left India shell-shocked. They were all out for a mere 36 runs, which became their lowest ever total in a test innings. It seemed as though every delivery had an edge, leading up to the rapid collapse. From a position of advantage, India ended up losing the test match by 8 wickets in less than 3 days. The Indian team was left devastated by this unexpected turn of events. Adding to their woes, captain and key batsman Virat Kohli decided to leave the team for his pre-approved paternity leave, sparking a heated debate among fans and pundits. To make matters worse, fast bowler Mohammad Shami sustained an injury and was ruled out of the series. The media and cricket experts criticized India for their dismal batting performance and predicted a bleak future for the team. It seemed like there was no hope for India, and outsiders had little faith in their ability to bounce back. For the stand-in captain, Ajinkya Rahane, the challenge was immense. He had to rally the team and restore their confidence after such a demoralizing defeat. Few people outside the dressing room believed in the team's potential to turn things around. However, Rahane and the Indian team were determined to prove their resilience and fight back from this adversity. In the second test in Melbourne, an unfazed Ajinkya Rahane led the Indian team from the front, showcasing his brilliance with a magnificent century. Against all odds, they managed to outclass Australia in Melbourne, levelling the series 1-1. This victory injected a fresh wave of enthusiasm and energy into both the team and their loyal fans. In the third test in Sydney, India entered with a momentum on their side. However, Australia, true to their aggressive nature, put India in a tight spot. As the final day of the test match arrived, it seemed inevitable that India would lose, with only 5 wickets remaining and 50 overs left in the day. Adding to the challenge, Hanuma Vihari had pulled his hamstring and was unable to play on the front foot, while Ravichandran Ashwin was struggling with a stiff back. Despite their physical limitations, these determined batsmen decided to dig deep and gradually consume the overs. Ashwin took charge against the spinners, while Vihari handled the fast bowlers from the back foot. In a display of immense resilience, they battled for 4 hours, enduring intense pain and relentless sledging from the Australian side. Their heroic efforts resulted in an enthralling draw, keeping India alive in the series and setting the stage for a final decider. The fourth test in Brisbane was a moment that no Indian fan can ever forget. India was grappling with a multitude of injuries, and at one point it seemed unlikely that they would be able to field a full team for the test match. With no scope for replacement due to COVID lockdowns, the only option was to include net players in the playing 11. There was a humorous joke circulating that if India suffered one more injury, their coach Ravi Shastri would have to step onto the field and play. Against Australia's formidable team, India fielded an 11 consisting of the emerging bowling leader Mohammad Siraj, who had played only 2 test matches, and net bowler T. Natarajan, who hadn't even brought his kit. Bruised, battered and exhausted, this inexperienced Indian team defied all odds and triumphed, reaching Australia's fortress. It was a victory for the ages, a triumph that will be celebrated across the subcontinent and regarded as possibly the greatest in India's test history. With the India-Australia cricket rivalry revisited, we now approach the video's finale, leaving you with a thought-provoking question to ponder. Is India poised to sustain its newfound dominance in the times to come? Please share your views in the comment section below. Thanks for being a part of this journey. Be sure to like and share the video with friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates on our upcoming videos.